Hello, Year 10s. I thought I'd put together a video that could help you understand how to approach our essay question: what contributes to the enduring appeal of classical crime fiction? So, got a couple of screenshots from other resources. It said something about how to make an essay plan. So it is very important that you have a plan before you start your essay, and you need to decide what's going to be in your essay before you write it. Above all, you need to have a great structure, a logical structure, and you need to plan what ideas you are going to include and decide what is going to be in each paragraph before you write each paragraph. You need to engage with the essay question for that purpose. You never write things that come to your mind on the spot. You actually plan before you write. Otherwise, you're wasting time. Don't forget to include any important points that you have already planned. So, for our introduction, we need to have 3 to 5 sentences, it says here. And the way that I always talk about introductions is like it looks like an inverted trapezium in terms of how ideas are shared. So on the top section would be the broadest ideas, then the ideas get narrower until you get to the bottom part, which is where your thesis statement is. In our case, we need to provide a broad statement about crime fiction and its appeal. Perhaps we can come up with a definition of crime fiction, or perhaps we can find a quote online, something that's really broad to get our audience reading our essay and hooking them to think about what we're about to share. Then provide a general statement for each of our texts and how they're able to answer the essay question, because we need to engage with what's at the core of the question or what the question is asking. We also need to give a title, who actually wrote the work, and perhaps even provide a little bit of context if we have time. Now, because your current essay that's due next week, it actually is, seven paragraph essay. You probably won't have time to write as much as you like in your introduction. It will be rather short because you will be focusing most of your energy on the point that you want to make in the rest of the paragraphs. Now, thesis statements needs to engage with the question and answer the question directly. Now, it says here, the thesis statement tries to both answer the question and it also gives a structure to your essay. So it's a bit of a roadmap and also a promise to your reader. Do not disappoint him by breaking that promise. You need to accomplish what you set out to do. What you've actually said you are going to do in your thesis statement needs to actually appear in your topic sentences. And that's will be our next step, and that is our paragraphs. Now, our paragraphs need to follow a clear structure. It says that it could be, we could use different acronyms for this. So if you go online, you'll find lots of different acronyms that people use to write and plan and write their paragraphs. One of them is SEXY or SEXIL. I'll probably teach you that later this year or in year 11. We use that acronym or PETAL in senior English when we're actually getting into the language analysis of a text. But today we are going to be using PEAL, which is the one that you're most familiar with. and PEEL stands for point. First I like to say there's a topic sentence or line of argument, then I go into my points, my evidence example, and my link back to my topic sentence and my main lines of argument, which is my thesis statement, which is what I propose here at the bottom of my trapezium. So I just visually represented that as a rectangle, could be a square as well, and here's where I have my PEEL. There are two E's there because in my proposed structure I have two different pieces of evidence to support my points, and that's why I added it. I doubled it up. So in my 7-paragraph essay, I got 5 body paragraphs. You can only see 3 here, and in my next video we're going to be talking about what to write in each paragraph. There are some ideas that I put together for you guys. It will be good for you to watch the next video as well, so that it can actually guide you to put together those body paragraphs. Now ideally you will be writing 5, not just 3, but then you're going to have to do a little bit of work on your own, so that you can put together those 5 body paragraphs. Then we have our conclusion. In our conclusion, we summarize what's been said and make sure you don't forget that. We have kind of a similar structure, but it's an upside down trapezium, would that be called? I don't know, I'm not the math expert, you are. So basically what happens is we have the narrowest idea that links back to my last body paragraph here, and then that would be a statement that brings together all my lines of argument and what I have discussed in my text regarding, in this case, the appeal of crime fiction. And then I write a couple more ideas that zoom out from there. So it closes, it brings all your ideas to a close. Oh, I made a mistake there. Close all your ideas to a close. That's a bit silly. Okay, so it leaves your audience with something significant or important to think about crime fiction as a genre. Okay, so I got a bit of an essay plan there, but that's going to be covered in my next video. So this was a very generic video on what's expected in terms of a structure of an essay that will address this particular question. Okay, thanks guys.